Hello everybody and welcome back to WoW Mods. This time around we're back at Suramar City, or the ancient Night Elf City, depending on what you want. But you already know that I've made this ancient Night Elf city after being inspired by looking at, oh look, here's a floaty Night Elf, not a Night Elf, whatever they're called. There he is, just waddling around. So the city was inspired, obviously, by the Suramar and Legion, but also the work that I had previously done with the High Elven mod. So as you can see, the main feature this time around is the skybox. I went ahead and I changed the skybox. There's still a bunch of little elements that I actually want to tweak and see if they can change. If not, I'm fairly satisfied. Now currently it is daytime, so on the server, so it'd be interesting to come back when it's dark to see how the skybox looks at night, which I think looks a lot better. But that is the main change that was done this time around, and of course you'll take a look here. There's a little bit more detail work that has been done. So we've got these areas that have been sort of filled out, and here you can see from this point, you can really see all the little details that went into this particular area. Now I haven't been able to do too much work. I've been actually pretty busy, so it's been little detail work, but it's important for you guys to know and to understand that once I'm at this point of making mods and games, it's a matter of like really doing very small tweaks. The layout is already there. It's a matter of like walking through the map and figuring out what are the little details that are missing. So this is looking really great. This is the first time actually that I've explored the map after I made the changes. And there's a little bit, there's a few little details that I wanted to point out. So one of the things is we wanted to talk about these crystal trees that'll be throughout the city, and there'll be sort of like little details that pepper the city, but I don't want them to be the main focus. This isn't Crystal Song Forest, but this particular city, as you can see, they have these arcane crystal deposits which have also transformed some of these trees, and they're being used more for decoration than anything else. So I showed you pretty much this area here. I might actually add some tapestries to the side of that. It depends. I'm not entirely convinced by that. Let's just take a quick peek here in the park and see how things are looking. Everything's looking pretty good as usual. Now we come back to this part, right, and this is the detail work that I had been working on recently, which was this sort of side of the park. There's more details, maybe some vases, some bushes or plants that need to go up. Another thing that you'll notice is that I've added trees onto the island. I wanted it to look a little bit more dense than it was previously with the crystal trees, and I think it's working out nice. This side of the port has been sort of not touched very much. This side of the boardwalk, let's call it, except it's not really a boardwalk, added some more elements and some more details, and there's more things that I think I will continue adding. There's probably going to be some fishing supplies around that particular area. Now, like I said, next time we come back, I'll be working on other sort of like micro environments. So this shop, I moved in some tables. I'll move in some book stands and more sort of like trinkets. Figure out what type of store that's going to be. Really, at this point, what we're looking at is seeing what each one of the buildings will be good for. These two tents are brought in here, and they'll most likely contain vendors of some sort, so I'll have to figure out what's going to go there. This part of the city, as you can see, not really touched. It's not my priority. So from this point on to that point, that still needs a lot of development. But that's really it. That's all. Here we have another guard who's patrolling, and he's walking through the ground as always. That's something I need to figure out how to fix in order to start bringing some life into this particular area. That's pretty much everything that's been done so far. Let me bring back the interface here, and we'll just fly a little bit right now, just so that we can get a better appreciation of the skybox. I wanted something purple. I wanted something dark, something that won't have pretty much a day cycle, or if it does have a day cycle, it's very dark. And I think this works very well for this city, given that it's currently daytime, and it's going to be actually darker when we get to the nighttime. There's some elements that I'm still tweaking that I'm interested in seeing if I can change, like some of the lightning, maybe remove these lights over here. I'm not sure, but otherwise, if it's not possible, I don't really care. I like the look of it. I like the the big floating clouds around it, the purple hue, which is dark as well. It's not a purple like you'll find in Darnassus, and I think it sort of matches well the aesthetic of these particular elves. So that's it. What do I have to say about the future of this? As you can see, I've added in some of the ground detail there as well. Well, moving on, I think we'll have to wait a bit for the next video of this, because it's going to be detail work and it's going to take some time. So I can't promise you that for next week we're going to have another video. It takes a little bit of time. Maybe I'll work on something else. Maybe not. We need to figure it out, but we won't be coming back so often to this until we've got let's call it some considerable progress in terms of the detail. That might occasionally be everything, or it might be very little work. Anyways, I don't want to rant on too much. I want to thank everybody for watching the videos. I want to thank everybody for commenting, for leaving your support. It's important for me that you're actually interested in what I'm doing, and that way you can guide me in what you want to see. Also want to let you know that there might be a little bit of delay. I'm actually doing some upgrades on my brand new computer, changing some little gear just to make the video editing a little bit easier. And I'm also buying some new audio equipment, which I hope will be back, which will also fix the sort of the S sounds that this current mic isn't really all that great in picking up. And I don't know, it might be a very easy thing to implement, it might not. But stay tuned, people, because we will continue with more mods. We will continue with more cool little videos, other gadgets. Maybe we'll actually do, I don't know, looking at how I did certain particular mods, like trees or textures or something like that. We might talk about all of that. But until then, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.